Hello all, good afternoon. Yelrugu namaskara. Modalnedagi. I'm really honored to be here, to be sharing this, to be standing here before you all, to interact with you all and share my journey so far. My journey as well as my team's journey. So, my name is Amith, as they mentioned, and I'm here to talk to you regarding a myth. The myth is, the youth are useless. Now, ನೀವು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ನಿನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ ಸುಮ್ಮನಿರೋ, ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲ ಯಂಗ್ಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. I'm sure all of us would have heard this. Even I've heard this, I've lived through it. So, coming to the point, it's not completely wrong, but at the same time, it's a responsibility which is on the shoulders of all of today's youth to break the stereotype that we youth are irresponsible and we don't care at all. Okay, so what exactly is the problem? Is the problem with the youth or in the perception? See, we all know that none of the societies or none of the countries are perfect. We need to make it perfect. It's an ongoing process. And usually what we tend to do is we think that it is somebody else's duty to come and set something right. But none of us actually take up that initiative of working towards setting things right. So let me just tell you a short story, a story of Youth for Parivarthan, our journey. So in the year 2014, that is 11 years from today, Bengaluru, our beloved city, which is famously called as the Garden City of India, was unfortunately being labeled as the garbage city of India, the garbage capital of India. So being a native Bangalorean, it was a matter of shame and embarrassment. We did see a lot of people who complained about things not being right, as I earlier mentioned. And this was, let me clarify that, okay, when I talk to you about this story, I'll be dividing this in two phases or two eras. One is the pre-Swachh Bharat era and one is the post-Swachh Bharat era. So there still is a very small children's play area very close to my house in Banchankari second stage in Bangalore. So this park was in such a shape that it was filled with garbage, debris, leave alone kids playing there, kids couldn't even enter into it. It was in such a bad shape. And just like all the residents of the locality, we also reached out to the BBMP, raised a lot of complaints, but things didn't really work out. And this was before the launch of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. This was in the month of June in the year 2014. So what we did was we also offered to the BBMP to lend a helping hand in cleaning up the spot and making it beautiful, making it look beautiful. But the BBMP also didn't take us seriously because this idea of keeping our city clean, it wasn't, I don't know what the problem was, but it wasn't considered as a very practical thing to do. So that's when me and a couple of my friends, we woke up on a Sunday morning. We thought we'll take up the task of cleaning the spot all by ourselves. So we started cleaning. So before that, we put up a post on Facebook. Facebook was very fancy those days. So we put up a post on Facebook telling people that we were cleaning this place, and if anybody's interested, we asked them to come and join us. So we had about 12 to 13 people that day. We started cleaning the park all by ourselves. And there was a garbage auto that was passing by. And the Paura Karmikas, they saw us working there. I don't know what changed within them. They also came and joined hands with us. So within a span of about 3 to 4 hours, we could completely clean that spot. But is just cleaning the solution? This was something that was running in our mind. I'm sure you would have also seen somewhere close to your house, there will be some garbage prone area or a black spot where people dump garbage in the view of during the midnight. But again in the morning, you can see that garbage auto comes and it gets cleaned. But the same thing happens the next midnight again. It runs like a cycle. So just cleaning was not the solution is what we felt. So that's when we thought we need to do something more, something extra. So we thought, let's just not leave it here. We'll paint the spot and also install a couple of benches so that the spot looks beautiful and also becomes usable. Because any place becomes a black spot when people don't use that space. So what we did was, as I mentioned, we had already cleaned the spot. We painted it using our terracotta shade, that is our signature color. And we did some mandala art and some portraits on the wall. We installed a couple of benches there. And the spot started maintaining after that. Okay. So this is technically how a before looks like, a garbage prone area. We are all students and working professionals. I'll just give you a brief background before showing you the after picture. None of us are full-timers. We are all students and working professionals just like you all. When we started this off, I was a third-year law student. So whatever free time we have during our weekends, we come together for a cause that is to keep our city clean. So this was a garbage prone area, a black spot in the area of Kumaraswamy layout in Bengaluru South. So with the collaboration of BBMP, our volunteers, whom we call as the change makers, within a span of 5 hours, this was the transformation. So there was one such example. There's another spot, again, one more black spot in a place called as Gaudanpally in Bengaluru South again. Within a span of 6 hours, this is how it looks. I mean, the before-after looks very simple, but there's a lot of work that goes behind it. First thing, waking up early on a Sunday morning. We all wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. And so you can imagine how difficult that is. But from the past 11 years, we've been doing that. Having to deal with garbage that stench, having to clean it and then paint it, running around and coordinating with the BBMP staffs, you know how it is, how difficult it is to coordinate with government authorities. So all this before and after, there is so much of process that goes behind it. And over a span of 11 years, what started as a group of 13 members, today we are a proud family of 10,000 plus registered volunteers. And we have beautified more than 400 spots across Bangalore. I'm sure you guys will be having a question. When we started off, as I mentioned, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan was nowhere in the picture. But once we started, 3 months after that, our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji launched the nationwide revolution called as Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, which gave us a paradigm shift to the perspective of the people. Because initially it was difficult for us to explain to the people and convince to them as to what we were doing and why. But after the launch of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, our work got a label and people started connecting with us. And also we started getting support from the BBMP, support in terms of clearance of garbage. So I'm sure you guys must be thinking as to what was the response that we got from our friends, relatives, of course, all our well-wishers. Our well-wishers gave us a lot of titles. They called us street sweepers, weekend paura karmikru, bere kelsa ilva, Sunday bantone kasa gudisake hogtiya. A lot of people spoke about a lot of things. But once we completed 370 spots, our work was recognized by our honorable, okay, this was the slide, sorry, I missed playing that. So in the year 2022, when we had completed 370 spot fixes across Bangalore, our work was recognized by our honorable Prime Minister, and he spoke and appreciated our team in his Mann Ki Baat, which gave kind of it was the biggest validation we could get. And all the people who were criticizing, who were mocking us, they were the first ones to call us, appreciate us, and tell us that they believed in what we were doing. So, what does this teach us? So it was a crazy idea, cleaning up a garbage-prone area. I mean, a lot of people asked us a question, is that your duty? Don't we pay taxes? But in a participative democracy, does our responsibility or duty end where we pay taxes? No. We need to join hands with the authorities in a participative democracy to build a very sustainable society. So that's what we believed in. And that's what I want to tell you all. You may have any crazy idea. If you believe in your idea, trust me, the universe will conspire. It will get like-minded people to join your tribe. And definitely you can do wonders. But the key is to start. And our motto is very simple. It's stop complaining, start acting. Yella kelsa sarkara madutte, now sumne koot nodtiru nadiyutte. This is the general mentality. But we need to change that mentality. We need to step up for our city, for ourselves. So what started with cleanup drives moved on to beautification of government schools also. So nowadays what we do is, from the past couple of years, we've been identifying government schools in the outskirts of Bengaluru which require infrastructural support. We conduct a recce, we beautify the government schools by painting it, by providing infrastructural support such as benches, desks, things like that. We connect corporates for the same. And together we work towards providing the government school students a nice atmosphere to learn. So there was one such initiatives which were taken up. So this was how the school looked. It's in a place called as Mariyappan Palya, close to Kengeri. So this was the after picture. And this was one such school in Magdi Road. It's called Hosapalya. This was the before. And in this school, we had a lot of school students also joining hands with us. So it was a very nice environment there. So this was the after. So we try to utilize our weekends towards bringing about some tangible change in the society. Just by sending a message or just by posting something on social media, it's not really possible for us to bring about any change. Any change happens on ground. And we need to get on ground for that. So moving on. When we used to visit these government schools, we also realized that menstrual hygiene or menstruation as a topic has a lot of taboo, even on this date. And in government schools, it's a topic of hush-hush. So somewhere we thought that we need to expand beyond our objectives the objectives which we had already taken up, and also work on menstrual hygiene awareness sessions by conducting menstrual hygiene awareness sessions in government schools. So today we also, we utilize our Sundays for activities such as city cleanup drives and government school beautifications. Our Saturdays are dedicated for this cause, wherein we visit government schools. We talk to both the boys and the girl students there regarding menstrual health and menstrual hygiene, because it's really important to break this taboo. And we also introduce the girl students to sustainable alternatives to menstrual products, such as cloth pads, menstrual cups, and many other alternatives. And at the end of every session, we also distribute cloth pads free of cost to the girl students as a mode of introduction of eco-friendly alternative of menstrual product to the girl students there. Apart from this, this initiative is something which is very close to my heart. So let me just start by asking you all a question. You are all, so you all are students here. I'm sure you guys use notebooks. So in your notebooks, how many of you use the 100%, how many of you utilize the 100% of the pages there? None of you? Okay, few of you. First of all, they deserve a round of applause. Okay, having said that, that's the scenario in any urban city. We don't have dearth of resources. Usually, students in an urban city, what they do is they utilize about 50 to 60% of the sheets in the notebook. The rest of the 50 to 40% of the sheets remain unused, but they discard these notebooks. At the stark contrast, when you look at rural areas, even a single notebook is a luxury. So somewhere we thought that to work towards sustainability, climate action, because paper again is made from trees, so climate action, and to spread, to bridge this gap and also work towards quality education, we came up with an initiative called as Recyclathon. Recyclathon is wherein after the end of every academic year, by the end of March, we set up collection points across the city of Bangalore. We try to collect as many used notebooks with unused sheets. Once this collection is done, we get all these notebooks to our office space, where we get our volunteers to segregate these books, and then we remove the unused sheets from the books. Once the unused sheets are removed, we bind them into brand new books, which are then distributed to the government schools situated in the rural areas of Karnataka. Districts such as Raichur, Ballari, all those districts where there is dire need. So in the year 2023, we were able to make 3,300 notebooks, which were distributed to 16 government schools, 19 government schools in 16 districts. And 2024, we were able to make 5,075 notebooks, which were distributed to 26 government schools. And this year, tomorrow as well, we have a session going on for Recyclathon. And tomorrow we'll be getting the exact count. But as on today, the count we have is we've already crossed 7,000 books. So the scale has been increasing. And this year, we've set up a target to send these notebooks to the government schools situated in all the districts of Karnataka. When I say that, I don't mean all the government schools in all the districts, but symbolically, a couple of schools in all the districts, so that we spread this awareness, and this becomes a statewide revolution, and maybe thereafter a nationwide revolution. So the message is very clear. When we started off, it was a crazy idea, as I mentioned. We didn't wait for validation. We didn't wait for somebody else to come and tell us that we were right. We believed in what we were doing. We thought that cleaning up our neighborhood, our city, there's nothing wrong about it. So that's where we started off. So in case if you have any such ideas, however crazy it may be, if you believe in it, don't wait for any validation. It's not going to come to you. Instead, you need to prove it to them, prove it to the people, prove it to your peers that what you believe in definitely works out. And if you believe in it, as I mentioned, the universe will conspire to get like-minded people to join you all. And having said that, if you believe in a dream, if you want to change the world, start by changing yourself. Because as Mahatma Gandhi once said, you all know it, be the change you wish to see. So any change starts from within. And to do that, I mean, all of us have fire within us to bring about some tangible change in the society, or to bring about some sort of transformation in somebody's life. But all we need is that ignition. Don't wait for somebody to come and ignite that within you. The fire is already within you. You just have to ignite it. So having said that, we conduct a lot of activities from the past 11 years. We've been doing a lot for the society. There is still a lot to be done. But as I mentioned, we are not full-timers. We are all working professionals and students who come together during weekends to give back to the society. So in case if you want to know as to what all we do, just to get inspired and replicate this in your own circles, then you can always visit our Instagram page. It's called Youth for Parivarthan. That way we can also stay connected. And as I mentioned, our motto is stop complaining, start acting. So in case if you have any ideas, don't wait for an inspiration, be the inspiration. Thank you all.